Yo, welcome back to another one. Today, oh damn, that thing just all over the place. Today, we're gonna be installing this right here. Hopefully, everything goes smooth. And see what it is. That's the fog lights. What a ram. So we got some wiring to do before we can do all that. There's a little funky thing with these lights, like right here where it's supposed to be held in on one side. I forgot which one it is, but it pops out on its own, which is this one. So I have to fix that real quick. It keeps popping out, so like that. So I have an idea on what to do with it to keep it in there. And then after I fix that, then we'll go ahead and install it. So what I'm gonna use to fix it, it's gonna be this right here. So the plan is to heat that up and then flare out the edges right here from this so it can cover that little ear right there so it stops popping out. I got it in right now and it feels a little secure, but just to make sure when I hit a couple bumps it ain't gonna pop out, I'm gonna do that. And I might end up doing it to all of them just to make sure. Let's see if I can do it one hand. Nope. And come back when we're done. So right now, I'm gonna mount the lights on. We have these clips that I have to put on that bracket. I don't know if you can see it. And the light can bolt to it. So I'm gonna install the light first and then run the wires last. But this is what I was able to do. Just melted that a little bit to kind of do that. So hopefully that don't pop out. But yeah, let's go ahead and mount the lights and then I'll run the wire for it. Got it on there secure. Sides. Let's go in the back. Alright, so the 2 screws, 3 screws hit there. And clips is behind it. Same thing on the other side over there. So now it's time to start wiring it up. So let's do that real quick. So it also came with this on and off button with the kit, but I believe the truck has its own fog light button, so I'm gonna try to see if I could use that. This harness is not capable of fitting with it. I believe I can probably buy a factory harness for it also, but we'll see. I'm gonna try to see if I can run it to the back of that. But yeah, let's get all the other wires ran up to this point and I'll decide from there. All right, so this is our harness. So we got a relay that we gotta mount to the body by the battery. And then we have this fused wire that's gonna go right to the battery. And then this one, we're gonna tap it into the fuse that turns on with the key. So we're going to the fuse box with that. This is a ground that we're probably just going to use the same bolt or screw that we mount that to the chassis with to ground that wire. And then this goes to our little control inside. And you have your 2 ends for the fog light. So I'll probably run it like this for now until I can figure out if I already have a factory harness there that I can use for a switch, or if the switch is just there by itself. Because I watched the video and I thought the button on the back of the light switch might have a separate one just for the fog light, but I think it's all integrated. So I'll have to find the exact wires that will trigger the fog light to go on and off. So for now, I'll probably still run this. And then when I figure it out, I'll just unplug it there and then run these wires where they need to go. But yeah, so let's get to that. All right, so I finished wiring it up. So this is the power to the relay with the fuse right there. The relay ended up going on the bottom there. I think I should have put it a little bit closer to the battery because the harness for it that goes to the remote inside, which I put through the grommet right there, ended up being a little too short, so I couldn't place it exactly where I wanted to. Plus I couldn't kind of hide it the way I wanted just because of the length of the wires. But yeah, that's where it's at there. Fog light's already plugged, everything is ran. I did jump the basically like the low exciter wire for the switch inside here. I didn't have a piggyback fuse, so I just kind of put it in there from now on one of the fuses, but that will change very soon. And then this is where I had to put the switch. I wanted it a little bit higher, like to pop it out through here and probably place it up here somewhere, but it wasn't long enough. So but everything works. So see how there's no light on it right now, so I'll put the key in there. Light turns on red because it's off, and then power it on green. So it's bright out, but it's on. Both on. You can barely see it through the camera, I think. They're on. So that's it for this one. I'll catch you on the next one.